All right, back here again.
Interesting.
Tahar, finally! Do you have the stone?
I do. What now? How do we connect it to the Nexus?
Well, I've done a little research on that. It should be pretty straightforward. Give me the stone for a second, please.
Sure.
Thanks. Now, let's see. Whoa!
This is amazing.
What the heck just happened? Was that the stone?
Yeah. It seems like our plan worked. The stones are the power sources of the Nexus.
Not sources, Tahar. They're simply the catalysts. As I said, the energy, all this magic, it comes from someplace else.
Well, I definitely know why the Shapers were so powerful now. If they were able to harness that, I wouldn't want to be their enemy.
Pain.
Pardon?
Rekindling this place. I can feel their thoughts now. At least, some of them.
You mean the Shaper's thoughts?
Those who connected themselves to this place. The ones who had the power of telepathy. They left an echo, and whatever wiped out the Shapers, it caused pain. Horrible pain.
I see.
Well, fascinating or not, we need to connect our minds to the Nexus to find the source of blood.
She sounds like
right?
a softer Iria.
Can we do that now?
No, it's not strong enough yet.
Well, we have the second stone already. Let's insert it. Okay, I'm ready. Sure this place isn't gonna blow up once we insert the second stone, Iskrim?
What? No, I don't think that's likely.
All right, here we go.
Blasted, blistering blazes. I don't know what to say. This
excuse me.
This is amazing.
But it seems like it worked. We've restored the Nexus to full power.
What now, though? Is it strong enough to perform this joining ritual now?
It should be. And you, Tahar, should be the one to do it. You need to connect your mind to the Nexus. That way, you might be able to sense who or whatever is sending out the song. What do you say? Are you ready?
Shouldn't we prepare? Yeah.
Shouldn't we, I don't know, prepare?
How? Putting on a Shaper costume? Now's as good a time as any.
Fair point. All right, Iskrim. I'm ready.
Good. Then step into the forge.
Oh yeah.
And what now? It...
Tahar!
We...
Mine is now fused with whatever that thing is. Now we can hear the song in his head. I don't know what's happening now. What's going on? Okay. And we just awkwardly stare at this.
Is it over?
Yes, I think so. By the Guardians, that was...
That was what?
I don't know what just happened.
Well, you tell
Yeah.
us. What did happen?
There were... voices, screams, thoughts, images.
How do you feel now? I mean, has anything changed?
I think so. Yes. I feel... I don't know. Clearer. As if something in my mind opened up.
Then it worked! Niehauf's hammer, we did it!
What the heck?
You joined yourself with the Nexus.
What is it? What does that mean?
So... I am telepathic now?
You're not a dreamweaver. I'd feel it if that were the case.
I don't think you are, but you're connected to this place now. And therefore to the Shaper memories.
Okay, so we can locate the origin of the
Does
song.
that mean we can finally locate the cause of the song?
You tell me. Think of the song, Tahar. Close your eyes. What do you feel? What do you hear? What do you see?
I'll try.
Visions. a canyon of some sort. Oh, see?
A failure. That's what you are.
No. That's impossible.
What is it?
My father. I heard his voice.
Your father? So you think he's behind this?
I also heard a
I
woman.
also heard the voice of a woman. She whispered something.
Maybe that's his mother.
Woman. Now this is interesting, but I still don't understand. Do you really think your father is involved in the blood burn?
I don't think so. I don't know. Well, who knows?
I don't think so. There's more to it, but yes, my father is involved in this somehow.
This is helpful, but it still does not tell us where to start searching. Think hard, Tahar. Is there anything else?
Yes, there were sounds. Drips, crickets, flies, but
The eye. Your father's laboratory.
Tiara's breath, of course.
The Eye? You mean the marshlands?
Yes, my father had a laboratory there, in the old abandoned manor of House Waite. Nobody was allowed to follow him there, not even Rohan or I.
Well, sounds like we have a lead. The Bloodborne and the Song of the White are somehow connected to your father in his laboratory.
So it seems. Yes.
Tahar, maybe...
What?
Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Tell me!
Rohan, tell me.
There's nothing to tell.
Well, if you say so. I'll send a messenger to inform Lacane as soon as possible. He'll want to be there. Let's get prepared.
Alright, travel to the third eye. Or to the eye.
Sure.
If you insist.
How do you become a shapeshifter, Gore?
How did you become a shapeshifter?
I was chosen.
And how does that work?
Complicated. Are you sure you want to hear the whole story? Time isn't exactly on our side.
Oh, baby, I got time. The more I know about your abilities, the better.
It isn't.
And as you
But
do
the more
that,
I know
I'm
about
gonna
your
make it.
abilities, the better. You're fighting for me, after all.
We're not fighting for you, Tahar. We are fighting alongside each other. That's a big
There's
difference.
a difference. That's a big difference. Okay. Alongside, maybe for now, but I'm your commander. Okay, alongside then, partners.
Alongside, then.
Good. Let's make it short then. Shapeshifting is a gift of Zark. One that only the best of his shamans are granted.
And how does one become a shaman?
He has to be chosen by a tribe's chieftain. You see, magical talent is a lot rarer among orcs than it is among humans or elves. In my tribe, there was only me and Rain. We both discovered our talent by chance. I, when I was 9, and put out a fire that had broken out in my family's hut. Everybody was asleep. Even the damn fool that had been tasked to stand guard. When I woke up, the entire room was in flames.
Oh, okay. And then what happened? So your magic woke you, actually.
So it was your magic that woke you?
No, I needed to take a piss.
Makes sense.
Now, what happened? What happened?
What happened then?
I panicked and started screaming, as every child would have. However, the only thing that did was make me inhale the fumes even quicker. My vision blurred and I lost consciousness. When I woke up again, I was on a bed of hay in the village shaman's tent, and everybody was staring at me. As if I was Zark incarnate. I asked what happened and they told me. Just when I had lost consciousness, it had started to rain. Not just a little. It was a full-fledged storm, a deluge from the skies. With not even a minute, all the tents in the village had been flooded. The fire wasn't extinguished right away, but was quickly put out by the other orcs that had been awoken by the storm.
Oh, I see. That's impressive, yeah.
That's impressive.
Well, it was also my last successful weather ritual. If it hadn't been, Gore would be all meadows and forests by now. According to my brothers, I had an orange shimmer in my eyes and was muttering strange words when they took me to the shaman. She told me that was a clear sign that I was gifted, and that I had fire in my blood, as my tribe likes to say. Of course, it changed my life entirely. All of a sudden, I was my Cal's pride. It was strange, not just for me, but also for my kin.
And that's how he became a shapeshifter. All right, who trained you? So, Gore?
Who trained you? The healer?
Yes, but only about her craft. Primitive ghost callings, alchemy, medicine. I learned my magic from an elder who lived in a tiny shack a 15-mile march from our village. I woke up every day before dawn, walked for 2 hours, served him, and received my lessons. Then returned to my Cal shortly before midnight. It was hard, yes, but it was insightful. Those long walks in the darkness, the solitude at the foot of the mountain where his shack was, they shaped me.
How did your family take it?
How did your family take it?
Well, they were proud, but they also weren't sure how to treat me anymore. For example, my father stopped taking me out on the hunt because he was afraid that something might happen, which is ridiculous. Shaman or not, an orc who can't wield a spear isn't an orc at all. Also, my siblings became withdrawn. Jealousy, of course, but also estrangement. All of a sudden, their baby brother had become this strange being, which had apparently been bitten by Zarek himself.
It's always like that, yeah.
It's always like that. Being different isolates you.
I guess.
You mentioned someone named, Ren?
Interesting. And who is this Rain you mentioned earlier?
Rain.
Did I? Well, that's complicated. I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Hey,
That way?
talk to Iskrim again. He's probably
Tar, how do you
excited about
feel?
the Shapers.
You sounded a bit lost before.
My father's voice brought back memories, yeah.
I guess I was. My father's voice, it brought back memories.
And not exactly good ones, I suppose. Well, I hope we can find some answers in the marshlands. Is there anything else you wish to talk about? If not, I best get prepared.
Okay. Oh, should I talk to him again?
Yeah, do you need something? I'm a tad busy.
Are you? Are you? I'm still interested in how you ended up in Nortander.
I'd still like to know more about how you ended up in Nortander.
Put
Yes.
her in blast. And here I was hoping you'd forgotten. All right, I'll tell you. But only under one condition.
Yes?
That I get to ask you a personal question too.
Deal. You got it.
Then we have a deal. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Fair enough. I was born in the Windwall Mountains.
You don't say.
You don't say.
Sorry, still sorting out my thoughts. It's been a long time since I last told this story to anyone. Alright, one more time. As you can imagine, I was born in Windwall, a child of the rocks.
Come again?
A true dwarf, as some would say. Born in the buried city, not on the outside as the traders and farmers are. My family was quite privileged. Not nobility, but my mother and father led a big smeltery which supplied one of the finest smithies. Moon silver weaponry. Ever heard of it?
I think so. The commanders of the Royal Army use them.
Figures. Well, my childhood was a rather unremarkable one. I had 2 brothers and a sister, and even though I was the oldest child, I was always the most quiet one. I learned quickly how to wield an axe, and I still know how to do it, but I never took pleasure in it. The same goes for my parents' craft. For some reason, Nihalf had given me a talent for metallurgy, but not the desire to use it. Instead, my biggest love was always made with ink. Books.
But I assume your parents didn't approve of that.
Oh no, they didn't mind. I had 3 siblings who could do the job as well as I, so the future of our family was secured. On the contrary, they were quite accepting, which wasn't usual amongst dwarves, especially not those in Windwall.
All right, so What about the surface dwarves?
Are the surface dwarfs different?
Depends. There are some who are very open-minded. For example, the traders who get around a lot. On the other hand, there are some who are as ignorant as the Windwallers.
Dwarves are traditionalists, aren't they?
Dwarves are traditionalists, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. They love their brawls, they love their ale, and they love their metal crafting. And they never miss a chance to tell the outside world just how much they do.
Well, to be honest, when I think of dwarven culture, that's exactly what comes to my mind.
See? And that's the problem. There's always diversity in every race. There are soft-hearted orcs, there are elves who don't give a damn about the white tree, and there are humans with... well, you get the point. What I'm trying to say is, many dwarves love living these traditions, but there are some like me who just don't fit in. This is one of the reasons why I appreciate you and this group so much, Tahar. Aenir's tools or not, we're all pariahs, in one way or another.
Alright. Alright, so what happened? Why did you leave Windwall?
So, what happened? Why did you leave Windwall?
I'm getting there, Tahar. When I came of age, I found work in the Windwall Library. That time was also when I deepened my knowledge of the Shapers. I devoured all the books there were, and bought whatever writings the merchants brought in. They smiled at me, talked of me as the strange bird, but I didn't care. The more I read, the more spellbound I became, and the more I dreamed of journeying through Io to solve all those mysteries not yet uncovered.
Are the Shaper ruins in the Windwall Mountains?
Are there Shaper ruins in the Windwall Mountains?
Hardly. And those that are there are buried beneath miles and miles of rock. Impossible to access without a huge expedition.
Alright, what kept you from it?
Huh. And what kept you from doing just that?
Well, two things. First of all, my attachment to my family. Secondly, Gilak.
Gilead?
My, partner.
You had a partner?
Yeah, we met... I'd rather not go into detail too much. Fact is, we lived together for 6 years. He was very dear to me. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Okay, so he's gay. Cool. Alright, what are dwarven families like?
What are dwarven families like?
Similar to their human counterparts, I believe. Having family and offspring is considered to be very important, especially if you're of noble blood.
But living with someone of the same sex is acceptable?
Well, yes and no. If you do, you don't talk about it, and you should make sure to find yourself a wife or a husband to found a proper family, eventually, and bring new children of stone into the world, even if that family is just a charade. If you don't do that, you're frowned upon.
Of course.
There's even a word for a childless dwarf, man or woman. Galrag, which roughly translates as dusty boulder. Very amusing, I know.
Yeah, but that's like, hey, bro, he's the first gay dwarf I've experienced in the game. I don't see that many gay dwarves in high fantasy. Man, goddamn, alright. That's sad, yeah. That's sad. You have a point though. There needs to be children. Not all dwarves are homosexual. Not all dwarves prefer the same sex, so I'll just say, that's sad.
That's sad.
Well, I doubt it's going to change anytime soon. And once again, the Shapers were different in that regard. As long as you stay within the boundaries of your caste, you can do as you pleased.
But something happened.
I understand. But something happened, didn't it?
Yeah. The Blackstone Rebellion. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, a coup, wasn't it? Well, the character made her. I never heard of it, so but I was assuming that my character does.
Yes, a coup, wasn't it?
Yeah. An attempt to overthrow the royal house. It was bound to fail from the beginning. The rebels were anti-traditionalist and wanted to establish a new order, where it's the people who have the power, not the nobility. Gilak was one of these rebels.
Oh.
Yeah. At first, before the coup, they tried to raise awareness by giving underground speeches. A noble endeavor, but not at all thought through. Most dwarves just don't care about politics as long as they can have their mugs of ale. First, he didn't ask me to participate, but the more sour things went, the more he started pushing me. At one point, we had a fight. when he asked me to steal money from my family to support the movement. It was terrible. Finally, push came to shove and he told me of the coup. He knew that despite my occupation, I was a remarkable fighter and Earthshaper, which is why he asked me to fight alongside him. You can make a difference, that's what he said. By Nihalf, he was just so naive. He really thought it would be like in the old legends, a group of courageous dwarfs fighting their way to Algrim Castle with me at his side. I just don't... Forgive me. It's strange to talk about it like this.
Yeah, well, thank you for trusting me.
It's okay. Thank you for trusting me.
Yeah, sure. You can imagine how torn I was. I knew he'd die if the coup took place, but I also knew that I couldn't stop him. When I told him he was mad, he called me a coward, a delusional bookworm, who'd rather spend his whole life dreaming about the past than changing the present. And then he left. The next day, I found him beheaded by a royal guard. They didn't even make it to the castle stairs.
Why did you tell the guard about their plans?
Why didn't you tell the guard about the movement's plans? They could have stopped him.
Yeah, they could have. Only to execute him and all his friends the next morrow. Tahar, believe me, I thought about this quite a lot. About what I could or should have done. And do you want to know the saddest part of it?
What?
I came to the conclusion that I did nothing wrong. He had his mind set. And nothing I could have said would have changed what had been about to happen. In the end, there's only so much you can do.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Isgrim.
It's all right.
And what happened next?
What happened then?
I ran. Not only because I'd rather have died than return to that empty house of ours, but also because they would have arrested me too. Our relationship wasn't a secret, and in their eyes, I was as eccentric as Gilak and his friends. And we all know how dangerous eccentrics are, don't we? I left my family a letter, telling them not to come after me. Bought a horse and rode as far as it would take me before collapsing. That was 9 years ago. I haven't returned ever since.
All right. So, yeah, what about your family? Don't you care about them?
What about your family? Did you ever hear from them again?
Not directly. Every now and then, I return to a big city to find a dwarf who can tell me about Windwall. But the thought of returning, I don't know. I know it's cruel toward them, but I just don't think I could ever bear setting foot in those cursed stone halls again.
All right, then you started your Shaper studies.
I see. And since then, you've been studying the Shapers?
Yeah. If there really is, as people say, a silver lining to everything, then this would be it. I'm finally doing what I was too afraid to do back in Windwall. I'm living my dream. Though the price I paid for it was high. And you know what, Tahar?
What?
There's a third reason to my fascination with the Shapers I haven't told you about yet. It's Gilak. Stupid as it may sound, there's a part of me who wants to prove him wrong. To show him that the past has value. That it can guide us towards a better world.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing this, Isgrim. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It felt good to talk about it. I didn't expect that. But you're not off the hook yet. The question, remember?
Right. Shoot.
Your past is even more unusual than mine. Growing up with a man like Isamu Tahar as your father? Without a mother? And then the whole thing with the Mage Rebellion? I know you've been through a lot. Now, I was wondering, if you could trade that past you've had for a different one, would you do it?
Oh. What kind of past could I choose? Yeah.
What kind of a past could I choose? Anything?
Anything.
It doesn't matter. Well, actually, should I say it doesn't matter? Like, I gotta think about this. Because, like, there's some things in my past that I made mistakes on, especially when I was younger. Right? So, would I go back in time and change it? Of course I would. To have a different past and whatnot, but, you know, you just don't know. You just don't know. So I'm caught between, of course, and it doesn't matter. But let's see what I say. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, but that's a kind of a cop out. So I'll just say, of course.
Of course I would.
That's what I thought. Either way, pleasure speaking with you. Hope this wasn't too grim for you, but then again, you asked for it. Give me some time now, will you?
Sure. Take care, Iskrin.
Oh, he has act.
Oh, hello. How are you feeling? Considering your new gift, I mean, joining your mind with the memories of a civilization, that's a thought as fascinating as it is peculiar.
I feel strange.
I feel strange. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yes, I imagine. You know, Tahar, I have been thinking maybe I could join myself with the Nexus as well. I'm wondering if it could help me understand better the human mind.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I see. Let us continue this discussion another time, Tahar. We should ready ourselves for what is to come.
Hold on. You trust me yet with your
Yes?
Yes? What is it?
happened to what's his face?
Could you tell me more about the...
Of
Damn it!
course, I will tell you.
Okay, fine.
I've noticed that...
Normally, I was...
Skip all that!
No,
Could you tell me...
I will tell you.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Iana?
Oh,
Iana.
yes. Forgive me, I was lost.
How so?
Well, this place. Since you've rekindled the Nexus,
He sounds like
it is an
Iria.
ocean of thoughts, feelings, and memories. You felt it yourself as you joined your mind with the Nexus.
So you can hear the Shaper's thoughts now.
Fragments, yes. Just like when you had your vision.
Hey, what do you make of my vision? What do you hear? What do you hear then?
Well, what do you hear then? Do you know why the Shapers died?
I'm afraid I don't. Just imagine standing inside at Everlight's market at high noon. It's impossible to make out anything. Which is why I try to keep my mind closed for most of the time.
How come the joining didn't give me your abilities?
How come the joining didn't make me more like you? I thought the Shapers who connected themselves with the Nexus were able to feel each other's feelings and hear each other's thoughts. Isn't that exactly what Dreamweavers do?
No. This telepathy the Nexus granted its users, it's different from my abilities. You can only hear the thoughts of the other ones who once joined themselves to the Nexus. And they are all long dead. In other words, you're listening to the whispers of 1,000 corpses. My mind, on the other hand, is like an open window. And people's thoughts and emotions are like leaves the wind has blown inside. It doesn't limit itself to a certain group of people, as Shaper telepathy did.
Alright, what do you make of my vision?
What do you make of this vision I had?
What should I make of it? I don't know, Tahar. Only you can answer that question. But I think your father's laboratory holds the answers you're looking for. And maybe an end to the blood burn.
Maybe an end to the blood burn. Let's talk to her again.
Yes, Corporal? How can I help?
How did you become an assassin? Oh, story time, baby.
Well, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. How did you become an assassin?
Why do you want to know?
I want to know my allies.
Because I want to know my allies.
Huh. I see. In short, my mother sold me. And after an incident, my owner noticed my talents. He started to train me to carry out jobs for him. And when I was 17, he had an accident. I've been an independent assassin ever since.
Your mother sold you? But where? Why?
Because she needed the coin, and already had 4 children to feed. And as for your first question, where there is demand, there is a market. Particularly in a big city like Greyfell. It's not as uncommon as you might believe.
Alright. How did you feel about your mother selling you?
How do you feel about this? Your mother selling you off?
Well, I used to feel strongly about it. Now I've simply accepted it as part of my past. But there are plenty of reasons for that.
A slave in market Greyfell. Oh, a slave market in Greyfell. Question mark.
You're saying there's a slave market in Greyfell?
Slaves, sex, murdering for pleasure. Just imagine every dark desire you can think of. And you know what the Greyfell Bazaar has to offer. I find it interesting that this surprises you. Didn't you serve in the Royal Army for 8 years?
I only joined shortly before the Mage Wars started, and the Greyfell affairs were the responsibility of the Greyfell Guard. I just didn't know.
Well, now you do. I do not agree with the purity of light in most aspects, but they are right when they say there are many sinners in this world. If you believe in the concept of sin, that is.
Alright, what your mother did is despicable.
Even if she needed the money, that's despicable.
Well, to her credit, she didn't take it lightly. At least as far as I can remember. I was only 7 when that happened.
That doesn't make it better.
That's quite the story.
That's quite the story.
Is it?
Who was his owner?
So, who is this man who bought you?
I won't talk about that. This chapter of my past is done, and I want it to stay buried.
Are you hiding something? No, I understand.
I understand.
I'm glad you do. So, tell me, Pariah, how did you become the betrayer's child in the first place? It's rare for a child to defy their own father.
Ooh. It's complicated.
It's complicated.
You don't want to share this with me, do you? Well, I will not pressure you. Either way, is there anything else you need?
We gain experience from that. That's cool. How can you kill people for a living?
There's something I've been wondering. How can you kill for a living?
What do you mean? How can I align it with my morals?
Yes.
I don't know if this is the right moment for this conversation. Maybe another time.
Okay.
Now would you look at that?
Who's he?
There you are.
Rowan. Right.
I was hoping you'd come by. The Eye. And here I'd hoped I'd never see those bloody castle walls again.
I know that feeling. Tell me, Rowan, did my father never tell you anything about those experiments he did there? At all?
No. He didn't.
I see. Well, then I guess we'll find out.
Already.
Will do.
Oh, talk to him again, actually.
Tahar, what is it?
I want to talk about my father.
I want to talk about my father.
I figured you'd want to eventually. What is it you want to know?
What was he like before the war?
My father never told me how he grew up. Do you know anything about that?
About his childhood? I'm afraid not. He shared some fragments of his past with me, but probably no more than he shared with you.
Are he and I alike?
This might sound strange, but do you see any resemblance between him and me?
Interesting that you ask. Yes, there were moments where I could not help but notice that certain something that strongly reminds me of your father.
Could you be a bit more specific?
Well, I think that the best way to describe it is a sort of look in your eyes. It's somehow distant, but at the same time driven and intense. And it can be both intimidating and charismatic. I believe that it's this energy that helped your father rally the noble houses and all these mages behind him. And ironic as it may be, it might help you with our cause too.
Was he really insane?
Do you think it's true? That he was simply crazy?
Towards the end, yes. He had certainly lost his sanity. But before that, I still don't know. I've said it before, but there's one part of me that likes to think he was a madman to begin with. And then there's the other voice that tells me that he was merely a visionary who had lost his way. But if there's one thing I know, it's that he was a leader. Whenever he spoke to us, it was electric. To this day, I've never seen someone with his charisma.
You sound almost nostalgic.
Nostalgic? No.
No.
It's just... I've never met someone with that energy. You have some of it, Tahar. I only started to realize that here. But most of it is still asleep.
Hey, I want to ask something else.
Let's discuss something else.
How did you end up founding the Wayfarers?
So, regarding the Wayfarers, you said that you founded them to make amends. Is that true? And if yes, how did you found them?
Yes, Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it.
As to how I formed them, it's a long story. And maybe one we should save for later.
All right. Do you know anything about the Godstones?
I remember that back in the Rebellion, ancient relics such as the Godstones were your speciality. Is there anything interesting you could tell me about them?
Interesting? That depends on what you mean by that. I mean, it goes without saying that what this rune allows us to do is beyond fascinating. Apart from that, I could only tell you the things you already know. How both the Hibernians and Shapers worshipped them and harnessed their magic. But that's about it.
What happened after I left the rebellion?
There's one thing I've been wondering about. After we parted at the hideout, what exactly happened? How did you and my father part ways?
Good question. I guess it all started with the relics, the tomes. You remember them, right?
Yes. He was hoping they'd help him to win the war.
Exactly. And there was this one moment when he found the 5th tome. When I came to a realization. You see, there were all those bodies. Enemies, but also many of our people. We had shed so much blood, Tahar. But Asamo, he didn't care. If there was any grief in his eyes, I couldn't see it. And as dramatic as it may sound, that's when I finally understood that we had lost our cause. This wasn't about ideals, about us mages anymore. It was about him. Whatever his intentions had become.
And that's the reason Zane, Helena, and I betrayed him. Come on, do you really want to tell us you didn't see that before? The tomes were all about power.
I knew it was about power. But Asamo always told us that he would use that power for the greater good. And it's not that far off. I mean, can't you imagine? With the power of the tomes, we could have united the world. Even made it a better one. No more persecution of the deviant. No more wars. No more suffering.
You sound like a fanatic.
You still sound like a fanatic.
I'm sad you see it that way.
And that is it. That's the end of that conversation.
Tahar, what is it?
All right, never mind.
I'll be off.
I'm done talking. I'm done talking. No more talking. No more talking. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. There's no one else I need to talk to, right? Unless, yeah, this other than this guy here. Where is he? Right here. This guy I need to talk to, but he's not opening up to me. So here's what I'm going to do. Wait, hold on. No. Let's. Oh no. Here.
Fine.
My bad.
Fine.
Let's see.
If you insist.
Talk to this fellow here.
Unbelievable. All this.
Must be quite a change of scenery.
Yes, you could say that. All my life I dreamed of stepping through the portal, and now I did. And it's beautiful. Everything is so vast. Oh well. It will take some getting used to, that's for certain. There's something else I wanted to discuss with you. I brought some things from the island that could come in handy on your travels. Weapons, trinkets, all sorts of things I found in the Hibernian ruins over the years. Most of them haven't been used for millennia, but for a little gold, I could get them back into shape. Just let me know if you want to take a look.
I will. Thank you.
The hell?
Tahar, there you are.
Bertrand?
That's my name. The Harbinger sent me to welcome you.
What about Iskander? I thought you'd still be there.
I was, until recently. But that's a long story. We can talk about it later if you want. First, we need to discuss the reason you're here. There's good news and there's bad news. Let me make this short. Sentenza, General Noria, caught wind of our endeavor. He knows we are headed for the Eye.
That's bad. What's the good news?
He wasn't sure of it, so he only came with a small division of soldiers. Still, the fortress is heavily guarded, so we will need more troops to storm it.
Damn it. We left our forces in Mullendir.
I know. There was no way you could have known this would turn into a full-fledged battle. But there's no time to turn back now, and we have to come up with a plan. The Harbinger himself will join you at the fortress, together with some Lightbringers.
Purity has soldiers now?
Lightbringers? So the Purity has actual soldiers now?
They always had soldiers. The Bane.
What? No, the Bane doesn't belong to the Purity. They believe they do, but the Harbinger has clearly renounced any affiliation with them.
You really believe that? For the Harbinger's right hand, you definitely don't know a lot.
If that's what you want to believe, go ahead. Regarding your question, Tahar, a lot has happened since your escape from Greykeep. More and more people have started to see the light, and it is not just townsfolk and farmers anymore, but also soldiers. They all wish to fight for Aeonir's return, and we guide them.
Ah. A religious militia. I don't like this.
Sounds like a religious militia. To be honest, I don't like this. Northander doesn't need more armed factions.
Oh, what is that army of yours if not a militia? This country is torn, Tahar. It's only natural for people to take up arms and defend their own rights. You of all people should know that.
How?
And how will he do that? If Sentenza has scouts all over the marshlands, he'll see the Purity's army coming from miles away.
That's where you come in. There's a godstone on the mountain of the old castle where your father's laboratory was, and where Sentenza has made his stand. If you kindle it for us, the Harbinger can use his rune to teleport himself and his armies right there.
Huh. That could work.
It will. Aeonir is guiding us, Tahar. Don't ever forget that. I'll wait here to make sure Sentenza's reinforcements don't take us by surprise if they get here before all this is done with.
Do you think my father's responsible for the Bloodburn?
Bertrand, there's something I'd like to know. What do you make of all this? Do you really think my father is responsible for the Bloodburn?
Well, must be connected to it somehow. Aeonir himself told the Harbinger this, didn't he? As to why and how, I guess we'll find out.
He's tell me something about the swamp.
Can you tell me anything about the marsh?
Well, I take it you're not interested in the folk tales about House Waite's descent into madness, so... No, not really. The only thing you should watch out for are undead. There's quite a lot of them around.
Of course.
Fine.
The Bloodburn.
What do you mean?
The Bloodburn. I don't know how to explain it, but corpses can be affected too. It awakes them.
Oh, that's eerie. Well, but I guess it explains a lot. The swamp has taken hundreds of lives over the years, and if that castle is where the Bloodburn originates from, then, well, you understand.
How did Sentenza get wind of all this?
I still don't understand how Sentenza got wind of this.
I don't know. He is the spy master after all, so I guess it's just one of his many ears who told him.
Once we secured the Godstone, what then?
Once we've secured the Godstone, what then?
The Harbinger will know, but I assume we will storm the place. Once we're on the island, it should be an easy fight.
Shouldn't we try diplomacy first?
Shouldn't we try to reason with Sentenza first?
No, I don't think that's wise. Sentenza hates you, and he hates the Purity too. He has been trying to hunt you down since you escaped the keep. We cannot take that risk.
Alright, let's see what I can do.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
You will. Aeonir's blessings, Tahar. And stay safe. I'll be here if you need me.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, let's head up to that. Oh gosh.
Fair enough.
Whoa! There we go.
Look at that. More Northander folks. No, I still haven't seen that man.
What are you talking about?
Oh, so you're not with the Royal Army. Thank the Guardians. I was getting sick of their questioning. They're looking for someone, a traitor, apparently. Which leads me to the question, who are you if you're not with them?
Just a traveler.
Just a traveler.
The mysterious traveler. I see.
And who are you?
Me? Just a lost soul on the search for meaning. Just as my men.
What's the story behind the castle, the Eye?
What's the story behind that castle, the Eye?
You don't know?
Well, I've heard the rumors. House Waite, their descent into madness.
And that's about it. Some 100 years ago, Parzival Waite, the head of the family who once lived in that lovely ruin on the island, contracted some disease and went completely and utterly bonkers.
How?
Well, he started seeing things, had those dreams of a white city, and said that something is coming to devour the world and that he has to stop it. At first, his wench, they didn't have heirs yet, and rumor had it she was barren, tried to help him, but eventually she lost her mind too. They started putting up crosses everywhere to keep that something from coming, starved themselves, and eventually started sacrificing their servants to the renegade gods to ask them for help. The story got out, and the villagers, at that time there were more, stormed the castle and hanged both him and his wife. End of story.
Interesting.
That's one way to put it.
Is the entire marsh deserted?
So there's really no one living in the marsh anymore?
Hardly. There's a small village to the east, Batham or something like that. But I wouldn't advise you to go there. At least not as long as this storm's going on. All that bloody rain has turned the roads into damn death traps.
How so?
You're joking, right? You're in a damn swamp here, friend. One false step and you'll end up as a mummified corpse on the bottom of these ponds.
Alright, you don't look like lost souls.
And I guess all those weapons help with that search.
Well, what did you think they're for? Jokes aside, we're mercenaries. But with all that shit that's been going on, we're not so keen to get ourselves involved in another war anymore, no matter the pay. So we just went for a long hike into the blue, and this lovely place is where we ended up. It may look hostile, but the wilderness has plenty of fish to catch and plants to eat, so it's actually not that bad.
Can we hire you?
If you're sellswords, can we hire you?
What for?
We want to storm the fortress.
We want to storm the fortress.
Do you? That's ambitious. I better not ask for the reason, right?
No.
All right. We'll help you if the pay is right.
Alright, 5,000.
How's this?
Let me see. Yes, that's fair. Well then, let's get started, shall we? Break is over, boys. Get moving.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're up there.
This is it. Strange that Sentenza hasn't reacted by now. He must have heard the fighting.
Maybe the storm drowned the noise? It's possible.
But not likely. That's the Godstone Bertrand was talking about. Let's light it.
Oh, okay.
Harbinger.
Carpo.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Good work, Tahar. The All-Father clearly smiles on us.
All-Father has nothing to do with this.
The All-Father has nothing to do with this.
Of course. So, this is where you believe the bloodburn comes from. Interesting. When Aenir told me the pariah's blood was involved, I didn't take it so literally. Time to end it.
First of all, we need to get through the gate. Why hasn't General Noria reacted yet? Even if he didn't notice the fighting, he must have seen this teleport.
Because he wants to be the one who ends it.
How do you know?
Because I know men of his kind. He's proud and consumed by his hatred. And he wants to be the one to take you down and me right along with you.
And he's the most memorable character in this game, because he sounds like Geralt from Witcher. He sounds like Geralt of Rivia. Yeah. He can't just kill you, can he?
But the Purity is under the Lord Marshal's protection. He can't just kill you.
Well, both Lord Marshal Arendir and the General know by now that I helped you. And even though the evidence wasn't enough to officially sentence me, it will be the moment I show up with you at my side. I knew it would come to this, Tahar. The only reason the Lord Marshal was willing to cooperate with the Purity for so long was because we had the people behind us. We were always a thorn in their sides. And this, me helping a deserter of the crown, is just what they need to take me down.
Then you're taking quite a risk being here.
I'm not. I've told you before. All that is happening according to Aeonir's plan. Just have a little faith, Dahar.
How do we get past the gate?
Huh. And what now? How do we get past the gate?
Let me take care of it. General Naria. General Naria! Are you ready?
Aren't we walking into a trap?
A battle,
like a trap.
but not a trap. Just trust me.
He's probably in on it. Let's talk to Geralt of Rivia.
He is.
But this is how it ends.
This is how it ends. It doesn't have to, man. It doesn't have to, Geralt.
It doesn't have to.
Doesn't it? What do you suggest, Corporal Tahar? That I let a traitor run free? Together with his lunatic cultist friend who is scheming against the crown? No. We both know that's not an option.
We know where the Bloodburn comes from.
We know where the Bloodburn comes from, Sentenza. It's this castle. If you kill me, we may never stop it.
Why? What can you do that we, the Royal Army, can't? But thank you for the information. I had been wondering what the fabled Rondar Lacane and the prodigal corporal wanted in this marsh. Now I know.
You couldn't stop the Bloodburn even if you killed us. It's not how Aenir wills it.
Well, we'll see about that.
These people in Leonon were innocent.
These people in Leonon were innocent. How often do you want me to tell you?
You didn't know. All you had was the word of some elven traitor, yet you risked the life of an entire city for it. Believe me, of all the atrocities I've seen in war, almost all of them are caused by people believing they are doing the right thing. Because that's all it was. You didn't want to save those villagers because you thought they were innocent. You did it because you wanted to be the savior. Vanity. That's what it was all about. And I get it. Part of this is on me. I thought I succeeded in making you a warrior, a servant of the crown, but I failed, and I didn't even see it. You're just like your father.
By the light, General, we both want the same thing. To end the Bloodburn? Shouldn't we be helping each other instead?
You're as bad as them, Carpal. Enslaving yourself to this madman rather than facing death like a soldier. You're just a coward.
That's not...
Don't, Bertrand. It's pointless.
All right. There has to be another way.
There needs to be another way.
No, there isn't. Men, you know what to do.
Oh, great. Warbear!
Whatever's necessary.
Let's get Geralt first.
You really think it'll be that... Bloody traitor!
There you go, that's it. Easy.
No. This is wrong.
He's gone. I'm sorry it had to come to this, Tahar.
It was his choice.
Was it?
It was. Now
it
let's
was.
end this. Whatever causes the Bloodburn is right below our feet. And maybe even some more answers to the questions you've been asking yourself all along the way.
Alright. If we find and cure the Bloodburn, what then?
Tell me, given that we find and cure the Bloodburn down there, what then?
Then we are one step closer to the return.
Okay. What answers?
What kind of answers?
Well, maybe there was more to your father than you thought.
It sounds creepy, man. I'm ready, though.
I'm ready.
Good. You lead the way. Bertrand, you secure the fortress. I doubt there will be Northander reinforcements soon, but we need to be sure.
Of course. Good luck to you, my friend. My prayers are with you.
Let's head inside.
As you descend the dank stairway of Castle Waite, a memory flickers across your mind. Your father, standing over your cradle, eyeing you with a mixture of affection, indecision, and disgust. Almost like an archaeologist looking at a strange discovery. The memory disappears as soon as you and your companions reach the bottom of the stairs. your father's sanctuary, as if touched by skeletal hands. A cold manifests on your shoulders, slithering, creeping, crawling slowly towards your chest.
All right, this is gonna be interesting.
So this is it. Intriguing.
But what causes it?
We will find out soon enough.
You all the way down. Oh no, the gods still. Oh, more undead.
Got it.
What's this?
Tiara's breath. What was that?
It looks human.
No, these were never alive. I can smell it.
What are you implying?
That they've been created somehow. Didn't you tell us about this nightmare that you've had since you were a child, Tahar? The one in which you saw these bizarre constructs.
Of course. These are the things from my dream.
That's interesting, to say the least.
Child.
What? That is crazy. That is crazy. Cray. Blood on my blood. Inspect ghost.
I'll take a look.
Helena's ghost. The ghost does not seem to take notice. Her eyes, dull and dead, seem to stare right through you.
Bye. That's impossible.
Do you know this thing?
It looks like someone I knew. Back from when I was still fighting for my father.
So she was a rebel.
She defied my father, same as I. That's why he killed her.
Whatever she was, she's a revenant now.
Could be his mother.
She's dangerous.
Of course. A ghost seeking closure.
Alright. She doesn't seem to be aware of us.
She doesn't seem to be aware of us.
It. And no, it isn't.
It.
Revenants are guided by raw emotion and magical auras, rather than sight, touch, or hearing.
What does that mean? What is a revenant?
I've seen my share of undead, but this is new. What exactly is that? A revenant?
Yal Kadara, a spirit who seeks. When a person dies with an unfulfilled desire, a scourge, that person may return to the world as a revenant, with the purpose of finding closure to magical phenomenon.
Jeez. So she's here for Isamo, my father.
Revenant is a ghost seeking closure. She's here for Isamo, for revenge.
Probably. I think we...
Isamo?
By the light.
You took me, Tahar. You took me. You took Zane. You took your own child. But it's over now. I found you.
Sarek's fangs. It seems to think you are Isamo.
Helena,
Uh-oh. That ain't good.
Damn it, Helena! Remember, I am not Isamo!
You're wasting your time. She doesn't...
Okay, that ain't good.
Please! It's over.
Yeah.
She's dead.
She has been for a long time, Tahar. I don't know what she meant to you, but this creature wasn't your friend.
Wait, was Helena part of his group in the beginning? That got killed? Right. Okay. It could have been. Why did you think I was him?
I don't understand why she thought I was him.
It doesn't mean anything. A revenant's mind, if you can call it that, doesn't work like ours. It only reacts to raw emotions and auras. She must have seen the semblance between yours and your father's.
Will she return?
Will she come back? As another revenant?
Revenants only return once. If not, this world would be haunted by thousands of them. She's with the light now.
Alright, let's go.
Let's just move on.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it.
Song of White.
Yes, but it's clearer. It seems to be coming from down that hallway.
Then we know where we have to go.
Uh-huh. It's getting louder. It's getting louder.
Let's see.
Woo! Look at that door.
The song. It has stopped.
What a coincidence.
Incredible. All this energy. I've never felt anything like it.
And I still don't like it. Whatever's behind the door, we need to be wary.
Huh. Any thoughts? We have no idea what to expect, so we should stay closely together.
No.
I'm sorry?
Whatever is in there, you, the pariah, needs to face it alone. It's what I saw in the vision, and thus, it's Aenir's will.
This is foolish. It's too dangerous.
It doesn't matter. It's the Allfather's will, and we will obey.
We won't.
This is too dangerous. We go in together, or we don't go at all.
No. You will do as the Allfather wills, and proceed alone.
Else?
Else, you will suffer the consequences. If you remember, there are dozens of my men and women out in the fortress, with the command to kill you all on sight, should you emerge from this place without me accompanying you.
But this is crazy. We have no idea what he'll face in there.
You will handle it. Now do as I say. Believe me, it's for the better.
I don't really have a choice, do I?
You don't.
All right. Then let's get this over with. Just stay put. I'll be back.
All right. Let me prepare my stuff, whatever stuff I have, which is not much. Yeah, man. Nah. Yeah, see, look at this. My rare battle staff does more damage than the epic one. Makes no sense. Okay. There's nothing really I could do. Yeah, he's not a shield bearer. Potion. Okay, never mind. Nah. I'm good. And let's go through this door.
Now would you look at that?
Nice.
Will do. No turning back now. Got it. Understood.
Oh, what's that? Is that a body? A female body.
Tiara's breath.
What the heck?
My child. Finally.
That's her mother.
Who are you?
Your mother.
Ah.
I'm your mother.
How did I know?
Wait. You?
How did I know?
Say that again?
I'm your mother. You are the blood of my blood. My child. My son. And you finally come. You've come to save me.
I don't understand.
I'm your mother. The quiet man, Isamo. He molded you from my blood. And after all this time, you finally heard me. Please, child, sit down. I believe we have a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to talk about there. Lots to talk about. But she's like speaking another language as she speaks.
I'm sorry. All this, it's a lot to take in.
I feel the same way. All those years I've spent in this slumber, only to wake up and be experimented upon by your father. To be given a child in some grotesque, unholy ritual. I still wonder if this is really happening. Or maybe just a strange dream.
I'm afraid it isn't.
Wow. Oh my God. Look at all this. Okay. How is it possible that I understand you? Yeah, she's speaking another language, obviously. She's speaking another language, and like English is being it's probably with the connection with the Shaper ruin or whatever, right? Okay. How is it possible to understand you?
Why can I understand you? We don't speak the same tongue, do we?
We don't know. But you joined your spirit to the Nexus, didn't
Yes, that's
you?
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Our minds are connected. Thus, I can hear you, and you can hear me.
Okay. So she's connected to the Nexus somehow. So you have been trapped down here since my father awoke you?
So, you've been in this stasis until I came here, and I somehow set you free?
I was awake, but at the same time I wasn't. Whatever the Quiet Man did after he woke me, it left me in this haze. I didn't see, I couldn't move, but I could hear, and I could feel.
That must have been horrible.
It was, and there were times where I just wished that he would finally end it.
Wow. All right. Why did you call Isamo the Quiet Man?
Why is it that you call Isamo the Quiet Man?
Well, I did not know his true name until years after my awakening. And before that, he hardly spoke. So this is what my mind always called him.
Ah. What happened when I touched the altar? How did I wake you? That's a good question.
What exactly happened when I touched your hand earlier? How did I wake you?
You don't know.
How should I?
Yes, how should you? I am sorry, child. For some reason, I continue to expect you to know all those things I would have taught you. If things had been different. You see, a Shaper does not always have that connection to the essence the Quiet Man was looking for. When they come of age, there is an event called the melding. The child, guided by her creators, unlocks the potential slumbering within. Your father, he did not know this, which is why you could never give him what he wanted.
So this is what happened? You performed this ritual on me?
It's less of a ritual, but something that happens with age. It would have happened far earlier if we had not been separated. But yes, by taking my hand, we melded, and the energy that was set free also lifted my curse. Or at least parts of it. I am still unable to move.
But what does that mean? That I can now access the essence?
No. The melding only provides the child with a key. Finding the door is a lifelong quest. But yes, deep down inside you have unlocked something. A potential for the enormous power Isamo had been looking for.
What is that power? What is that power? So you are a living Shaper, and you survived the downfall of your kind.
I still can't believe you're a Shaper.
Shaper. That's how the Quiet Man called me too. We called ourselves the Zarl.
The Zarl.
I know, but how is it possible that you're still alive? I thought you were extinct.
Yes, so it seems. I was unaware of this until the Quiet Man told me.
But how did your people die? And how did you survive?
I do not know how my people died. Believe me, child, I have spent a long time wondering. As for your second question, it is a long story. I was one of the Ulas caste, the scientists, the scholars, the priests, and like many other Zalonteb at that time, I was taken by the Scourge.
The Scourge?
A disease. It had been ravaging through our empire for over a decade at that time. It ate us up, from the inside.
All right. There was still uncurable diseases?
Huh. Most scholars who studied your people firmly believed that the Shapers had cured the world of all diseases.
Then they are wrong. We had found cures for many of them, yes. But even these were often only for the Yulas and the Zavans, the ruling castes. And there was no cure for the Scourge.
But you survived. How?
Through a ritual, an experiment. The idea was to freeze my body until a cure would be found. Looking back, I wonder why I was so eager to keep living. I was just a power-hungry woman who had no one to mourn her death. By the face of time, it's strange to tell you this. Millennia have passed, but some of the memories are still so lively, so real.
So you were a mage?
So you were a mage?
A member of the priest caste, yes. But this is not the time to share memories. Once we are free from this place, we will have all the time in the world to talk. And we will talk. There are so many things I need to know about this world, about you.
This is interesting. How old were you exactly?
How old were you when the Scourge infected you?
90 years. Half of my lifespan was already gone.
Wow. Then the experiment worked, question mark.
Then the experiment worked?
So it seems. Only that when I woke up, I was here, bound to that altar, looking into the quiet man's eyes. Our minds do not seem to be so different. So I believe you can imagine how I felt. It was terrifying, like a nightmare, one that would never stop.
You said my father created me. How is that possible? That's a good question. Because from my understanding that he took a part of her to create him. So, yeah.
You said that my father created me. What is that supposed to mean?
I am not sure if I can even give you an answer to that. But I will try to explain.
Please.
See, my child, the quiet man, Isamu, I do not think he ever considered me a living being. What he saw me as was a tool to the essence.
The essence?
To the essence.
The source of all magic. Your father's race, they are only able to access a glimpse, a twinkle from an endless sea. We, the Zalon were different. We have always been closer to the essence. We had understood how to harness it, and that had made us powerful.
Did you ever try to break free?
Did you ever try to resist, to break free?
Of course, but it was pointless. I could not speak and I could not move, and even my magic could not aid me.
In other words, the essence is the place that all magic comes from.
So, the essence is the place all magic comes from?
Yes, but there were and probably are many names for it. The essence is only what my people called it.
Okay, so my father helped, so my father hoped to gain access to the essence through you.
So, you're saying that my father wanted to use you to gain access to this essence?
Yes, he was obsessed with the idea of gaining power, and to him, I was the key. But what he was trying to do, transferring my aura, my powers onto himself, was impossible. And he realized that quickly.
He wanted her power. Why was that impossible?
Why was it impossible?
Because an aura is as unique as a person's eyes or their fingertip skin. It cannot simply be put on and off like a helmet or a glove. And it dies with its owner.
Which is why he tried to find another way to gain access to your powers.
Yes, he tried transferring my energy to a talisman, to these flesh creatures he created, and countless other ways, but it was all in vain. These experiments went on for years, and even though I couldn't see and couldn't speak, I felt it all. Then he created you. His train of thought was simple. If my aura could not be transferred, it could be passed onto my offspring.
What?
But how is that even possible? A Shaper and a human?
He banged her?
The way we conceive, how we bring forth new life, it is different from what you are used to.
How?
It's complicated, and I do not want to talk about it with my own child. What matters is it worked. Down here on this altar, I gave life to you, to my first and only child.
What? So he had sex with her instead of transferring the power to him. But she said how they conceive is different, and she's not willing to explain it. But that's interesting, though. I want to know how they conceive. That's a good question, because I hope it's somewhere in here. Because, or you get to know about it later on. But damn, if they don't conceive the regular way, how did they conceive? How did she get pregnant? That's okay. But anyway, in other words, I am half Shaper. That's assumed. Yeah.
So I am half Shaper. How come it doesn't show?
Once again, this has to do with the way we conceive, but I do not want to talk about it. I hope you understand.
You just want to talk about it. She just want to talk about how she conceives with another human.
So this is where the nightmare comes from, isn't it?
What nightmare?
Ever since I was a child, I had these dreams. I think I saw this place, the creatures my father created, the images. They were so vivid, so real. But whenever I told Isamo about them, he just shrugged it off. I always felt they were connected to something that had happened a long time ago. Now I know.
Yes, that is possible. Quite often, our dreams remind us of the things we have long forgotten.
This is a lot to take in. Yeah, you damn right it's a lot to take in.
I'm sorry. This is a lot to take in.
I understand. Believe me, I do. All those years, I had wondered how it would feel to finally meet you. About what you would look like, and all the things I tell you. But now that you're here, it feels surreal. As if all this is just an illusion. A mirage.
All right, so what happened? What did Isamo do?
What happened then? What did Isamo do?
He took you away. For what purpose, I do not know. But it is evident that it did not work. Even through you, he could not obtain access to the essence. As for what happened afterward, that is a question you are more fit to answer than I am. And once you freed me, I want you to tell me all.
Oh my god. But the Song of the White, is it you're doing?
But I still don't understand. What is the story behind that song? You said that you called out to me so that I could find and save you.
Yes, I have done nothing else since your father took you from me. But it was only a short time ago that I finally started to feel that I could sense your presence somewhere out there.
Did you create the blood bowl?
I tried to focus my thoughts onto you and sent them out into the world. Telepathy, as you call it. The song must have been the way the dark corners of my mind expressed my emotions.
The dark corners of your mind.
The dark corners of your mind? What do you mean by that?
Well, every spirit has two sides. One that the mind can see, and the other one that remains hidden. If the visible one is a puddle, the invisible is an endless sea.
My father died a year ago. Could this be the reason that we only started hearing the song 6 moons ago?
He is dead?
Yes. He started a rebellion against our kingdom and fell in the final battle.
I see. I always knew it would come to that, you know. His hunger, this glare in his eyes. I knew it would consume him eventually.
How do you feel about this?
How does that make you feel?
That is a good question. I do not know. I expected to feel relief, joy, triumph even. But instead, I feel nothing.
So his death broke whatever spell he had imposed on you. And because of that, your telepathy finally carried through the walls of this place.
That is the only explanation. Yes.
So it was telepathy. But how come only certain people heard you? Only mages?
Is it not obvious? Because having magic means standing close to the essence, and only those who stand close are receptive to my telepathy. I did not know the form my thoughts would take on, but it seems that for us, it was a song. One that finally led you here, to free your mother from her suffering. There is poetry in that, isn't there?
Dark poetry. If anything, you killed people. Yeah.
Dark poetry, if anything. You killed people.
Killed?
Your song. It was lethal to everybody who wasn't gifted with magic.
That's it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So she created, yeah. So with that song, she created the blood burn, which it's not a disease. It's like an aura or something. I don't know what it is. It's like when people hear that song, they get infected. Oh wow, thousands of people died.
Thousands of people died. Men, women, children. Whatever magic was in there, it burned them up from the inside.
But the name of the song, I didn't know.
Do you have any idea why this happened?
I just don't understand. Why did the song kill people without magic? How is this possible?
I don't know. Maybe it was too much for their minds to bear. Forgive me, I don't know what to say.
But it's over now, isn't it? I found you.
Yes, it should be, but... Oh, please, you have to believe me. I didn't know. All I wanted was to have you back. To... Wait. There's someone here.
What are you?
Oh. What the heck?
No!
What the hell happened? Who did that? Oh, of course, the priest.
I'm sorry. It was necessary.
What did you do?
What do you think? I fulfilled Aener's prophecy. Searching for a cure, the pariah seeks the truth. A lost mother will be found and awoken from her slumber, and thus allows me to receive her essence.
You knew about this? You knew about my mother?
Yes, I did. I knew that the blood burn was caused by a Shaper mother looking for her lost child. But what I didn't know was where to find her. So I had to find the child instead, which I did.
That's why he rescued him
Though
from
I certainly
the
did not
jail.
expect it to be Asamo Tahar's son.
But why? What for?
Isn't it obvious? Because I needed her essence. The key to the Archfire, as we call it. Through its power, I will be able to open the gates and to allow Aenir to return. I'm sorry, Tahar. Your mother, she will now serve the greater good. I hope you understand.
Understand? You bloody killed her!
Yeah.
She is not dead.
Her body
may be, but not her mind. Inside that amulet, she's still alive. It's what your father had always tried to accomplish, but never did.
What are the others? Oh, where are the others? What did you do?
Where are the others? What did you do to them?
Put to sleep. Don't worry, I didn't kill them.
If you...
I did not kill them. As defilers, they will be put to justice, but that has not been done yet.
Wow. So all you wanted was to access the Archfire through my mother's spirit.
I don't get it. You did all this only to get access to the essence? To the Archfire?
No. The blood burn had to be stopped. Unlike what you might believe, I do care about the people of Io, just as the Old Father cares about all of his children. So I stopped it, as Aenir ordered me to. But he also told me something else. That purifying the world, freeing it from defilers, and making people see their sins is only the first step. The second one requires power. A lot of it.
Why?
It's called the opening of the gates. A rift, a portal, one through which Aenir can step back into this world. And this is what he chose me for, his most loyal servant. He needed the Archfire's power, and he knew the Pariah and his mother were the key.
All right, and all right, free her now.
Give me that amulet now, or I'll take it from your dead body.
No, I will not. Your mother is what we should all be, a tool of the All-Father. Either way, there's no point in explaining. Your role in this ends here. Once again, I am truly sorry. But the All-Father's visions were clear. The Pariah needs to die after the mother has been found.
Wow. Yeah, I'm the reason you're here. God damn it.
But I helped you, for heck's sake. I'm the only reason you're here.
I know you are, but it's the All-Father's will. Just try to see it as the honor. Many of my scions would have given a lot to play such a pivotal role in Aeneas' return. You will die here and now.
There has to be another way.
No, this is insane. There has to be another way.
No, Tahar. There is not.
Great. Oh, that was easy.
It's over, Lekain.
No. Believe me, it isn't. Time to put your mother's magic to the test.
What is this?
What the heck? What did he do? What did he do? What the heck did he do? What?
Ellen's reins. Hey, quick, over here. Yes,
What the hell
just
happened?
like that. Stay with us, Corporal. Stay with us.
Okay.
What's the matter? What happened?
Tahar's awake.
Lord Marshal Arendir. What in blazes are you doing here?
It's a long story, but I'm here as an ally.
Yes, and there will be plenty of time for the lengthy explanations later. First, I want to know how you're feeling, Tahar. Sorry to say it like this, but you look like shit.
Charming as always.
Charming as always. But I'm fine. Just dizzy. What happened? I just remember Lekain. And my mother.
Your mother? You mean the Shaper?
Yes. It's hard to explain. She was in some kind of stasis when my father found her, and my father used her for his experiments. I don't know how to say this, but the blood burn, it was her doing. When my father died, she tried to call out to me by telepathy. That's what caused the plague.
All right. I think his head wound is worse than we thought.
It's the truth, Iria. And Lekain didn't only want me to stop the blood burn. He needed me to lead him to my mother so he could use her as a source for the Archfire.
Well, that's a lot to take in, I guess. But why your mother? You're speaking metaphorically, right?
I'm not. She is my mother.
All right. Start over from the beginning. What happened when you walked into that chamber?
Gonna go black. There's a lot of stuff happening.
I'm sorry, but that sounds absurd. Utterly absurd.
Well, I doubt he's lying, King Regent. And actually, it makes sense. It explains a lot, for example, why he could activate the portals, enter Mullendir, and why he had this vision. Though I have to admit, it's not what I expected from our little trip to the Eye. Not at all.
How did we get out of that dungeon? That's a good question.
Speaking of which, how did we get out of that dungeon?
Well, as you know, I was unconscious too, so I can only tell you what the soldiers told me. But after that explosion, it was as if the skies had started raining fire. Lekain's soldiers panicked and rushed into the dungeon to save him. It must have also alarmed our troops who were waiting at the borders. They marched in and used the confusion to get us out too. I mean, at the time, the Purity still thought we were allies and vice versa. In other words, we got lucky.
All right.
Neither did I. But now it's my turn. Why in blazes are you here, Lord Marshal? And how long was I out for?
It's just anger now. I think we've moved past the titles. And to answer your question, you were out for 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yes. To be honest, if your vital signs hadn't remained steady, we would have assumed you were dead.
Which leads us to your mother. You mentioned something about Lacane banishing her into some kind of amulet?
Yes. He somehow absorbed her spirit to gain access to the Archfire. That's what my father always tried, and why he created me in the first place.
And I assume, by Archfire, you're talking about some extremely powerful source of magic.
The source of all magic, yes.
So the theories are true. Well, at least now we have an explanation.
An explanation of what?
Well, the Harbinger has gone rampant. Briefly put, the purity of light has taken over almost all of Leonida. The Eye, Greyfell, Greykeep, everything.
Wow, how is that possible?
Greykeep? How is that possible?
They were already in the keep when Lacane gave the order, and we simply didn't expect it. It wasn't even a fight. It was a massacre. And yes, I know what you're about to say. But it's my fault, because I tolerated the purity in the first place. And you're right. I've made mistakes, and hundreds, thousands of people had to pay the price.
What about the Queen?
What about the Queen? Is she...
She's alive. The Harbinger knows he can't kill her, because if he does and word gets out, then he might lose the common folk's support. According to our spies, the Queen's Guard and the Purity have struck some kind of bargain.
Wait, so the Purity controls the keep, and the Queen's Guard just plays along?
Yes, it sounds absurd, I know. But the Queen's Guard first responsibility lies with the safety of the Queen. Whatever is necessary to protect her, they do it. Though I doubt Lacane's long-term plan sees the Queen at his side, which is just another reason to hurry.
Why? Yeah, why would the Purity start a war against all of Northander?
But why? Why start a war against all of Northander?
To prepare Io for the arrival of Aeonir. You remember that nonsense his priests always preach? How we're the reason that Aeonir left us?
That's ridiculous now. They're not gonna
That's why they
survive.
want to clear the world of sin and mages. Of defilers.
Well, it seems that they've spiced up their idea a little since it was taking too long. It's not just mages they kill anymore, but everybody who doesn't convert to their religion. Soldiers, women, men. They all get to choose. Join the Purity and accept the light, or be killed on the spot.
Well, shit.
Shit.
Words of wisdom.
Be that as it may, your recovery couldn't be more timely.
Lord Marshal, how did you even get here?
How did you even get here?
Later, Tar. I'll tell you all you want to know, but not now.
Okay. Am I still charged with treason?
What about the charges? Do you still consider me a traitor?
Is that still important?
Yeah. What's stopping me from killing you? It is to me, yeah.
It is to me.
That's very honorable of you, Tar. Given the recent events, your sentence has been lifted. You are pardoned. And if that is your wish, you can be reinstated as a corporal of the Northander army. That, and my apology, is all I can offer.
So you acknowledge that you made a mistake.
So you acknowledge that your verdict was a mistake?
I don't think this is something we should discuss now. We can talk about it later. Do you accept my offer?
Oh, yeah, I'll be honored.
That would mean a lot.
Good. However, we cannot make this official until Greykeep is reclaimed.
Alright, where's my mother?
Since you saved me from the dungeon, what about my mother's body? Is she...
She's here in the Nexus. We saved her, but she seems to be in some kind of a coma. For a while we thought it was the same as your condition, but now that you've told us the full story, it makes sense. Her body is still functioning, but Lacane has stolen her spirit.
Alright. Then we need to save her.
Then we need to save her.
If she can be saved. But yes, maybe we'll even get our chance sooner than expected. Lacane is marching towards us as we speak.
What about the charges? Do you still consider me a traitor?
Is that still important?
What? I didn't even say anything. All right, I'll say what's stopping me from killing you.
What's stopping me from killing you?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that if you do this, your chances of winning against Lacane will be even smaller. Given the recent events, your sentence has been...
That would mean a lot.
Good. However, we cannot make this
I also
official
feel
until
different,
Great
more
King is-
powerful.
For what it's worth, the encounter with my mother also changed something in me. I feel different.
Elaborate.
Well, when I awoke my mother, it did something to me. She called this the melding.
Less fancy words, please. What did it do?
Well, I think it allows me to control a part of the Archfire too. Just like the Harbinger does.
Finally, some good news.
Indeed. Anything that can help us battle Lacane will help. But whatever it is, I doubt it will allow us to stop Lacane with a thought alone. Or will it?
No. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly it changed.
Archfire specialization. Okay. From now on, all abilities can be upgraded to a 3rd power level. Also, you may choose one skill tree to become your specialization, unlocking the following abilities: brutality, elementalism, black magic, leadership. Oh. Should I do leadership? Black magic. I'll do leadership. Create wood in a targeted outpost? Really? You can sum up to 50. Oh, you can summon. Oh, God. For the duration of the effect, meteors rain from the skies. Enemies caught in the blast are dealt. Oh, gosh. If the caster has fire might, it is removed upon casting, and the meteor's damage is increased. What? Oh, my God. Oh, God. Yeah. Should I do this? Around you, if caster has ice might, is removed. Oh, Armageddon looks... That looks good. This looks good, man. How do I choose this? Yeah, how do I... Yeah. Oh, let me check out brutality. Nah, I'm good. Black magic. Sacrifice part of your health to summon a weak devourer. Summon on... it's all about summoning. Now I'm doing elementalism, man. Oh, yeah! That is nice. Choose that. Hell yeah.
Lord Marshal.
Speaking of Nor.
The Purity. They are here, as you said. What are your orders, sir?
Put up defenses all around the perimeter and protect the Nexus at all cost. How many are they?
Hundreds, sir. And House Utran is supporting them too. Your sister is leading them.
Myra?
I'm afraid so.
Wait. You're saying that House Utran is working for the Purity of Light now? And they're led by Lady Myra Utran?
As I said, yes. It could be anything, though. Maybe Lacane forced her to comply.
Then make sure that she does not get harmed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. There needs to be an explanation for this. Either way, we need to fend them off.
All right.
Tahar, are you able to fight?
I think so. Yes.
Good. Then you're back in charge. Let's head out.
Oh, great. Oh, great. That's just perfect. So before I head out, let's talk to a few folks.
Huh?
Can you tell me more about demonology?
Can you tell me more about your craft? About demonology?
Huh. And why's that? Thinking about a career change?
It's powerful.
It's certainly a powerful school of magic. I could see myself dabbling in it.
Well, the moment you start dabbling with it is the moment you enjoy a very painful death. There's a reason demonology is forbidden. Most people who mess with it die. But sure, if you have questions, ask.
Let's start with the basics. What's the core principle of demonology?
It's simple. You study demons and their powers, and bind them to your will.
Love this guy.
And thus you gain
Love
access
him.
to their powers. Take a devourer. Once you've studied and subdued her to your will, you can access her strength. And I'm not talking about merely summoning her. You can channel her powers.
If Quentin Tarantino wrote a fantasy character, it'll be this guy. If you wrote a high fantasy character, it'd be this dude. All right. Is there a limit to how many demons you can bind?
Is there a limit to how many demons you can bind?
No. If there were, I wouldn't still be traveling after all this time.
Okay, but why is demonology forbidden?
So, why exactly is demonology forbidden?
Because it's dangerous. And because demonologists can be extremely powerful. More than some members of the ruling caste would like to see.
And to bind them, you need to beat them in battle.
So in order to bind them, you need to beat them in battle, correct?
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that, but yeah. In a nutshell, that's it.
And I'm guessing that's what makes it so dangerous.
Among other things, yes. What can also happen is that your body simply can't handle a demon's unleashed essence. It can cause a brain rupture similar to what these masks the Purity use. And, to be honest, that happens to 8 out of 10 students of demonology. They subdue a demon, get excited, and let all their energy rush in at once. As a result, their brains explode like a watermelon hit with a warhammer.
Oh. How can you channel their powers?
How is that supposed to work? Channeling their powers.
Hard to describe. Just imagine that the demon becomes a part of you. You connect it with your magic, so to speak. And when needed, you can call on it to help you. It's not just the power that comes with it. It's also the feeling. Channeling the essence of a Zarek Nar, a tribe eater. It's a feeling that compares to nothing else in this world. You can't understand it till you've done it.
Thanks for the insight.
Interesting. Thanks for the insight.
Sure.
It's like, whatever, man. I don't want to explain this.
Blazes. Battle noises. They're already inside.
What are your orders, Tahar? This doesn't look good.
We have to seal the entrances. If they breach through either one of them, we're done with.
Then we need to split up. I'll get some of my men and make a stand in the southwest.
Then I'll take over the northwest. That's the hardest one for them to reach, so chances are they still haven't made it.
Then we'll help you.
Good. And Tahar, if what that scout said is true, and House Utran is really part of this attack, don't harm her.
It'll be hard.
Your sister. And this does not make any sense at all. There must be a reason for all of this.
So yeah, she's your sister?
I didn't even know Lady Utran is your sister.
I don't blame you. Northander politics and family bonds are complicated. But yes, she is my sister. And since her husband, Lord Rickard Utran, died, she's the ruler of the Utran lands, which makes this development as dangerous as it's bizarre. The fact that House Leonider is supporting the Harbinger is bad enough.
I'll do my best.
I'll do my best. Good luck, Angar. We'll come to your help once the other entrances are secured.
Do that. Nihalth guide your sword, Tahar.
Tahar, you're awake.
Shit. So they've already breached the outer walls.
They will soon. That masked thing on the other side. I don't know how he does it, but he's draining me.
Drain?
Yeah.
Iria!
Ellen's reins. What happened?
The barrier gave up.
He's a Dreamweaver. Get ready, Tahar. This will not be easy.
Oh! Let's defeat this guy.
One down. Not the real one.
Oh, there's plenty more. Ha! Gotcha. That's great. I should really set up my powers beforehand. I really want to use that that magic attack that he has. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
What now? The southwest, the southeast, and the northeastern entrances to...
Then we need to take care of them.
Ah, damn it!
Come on. Don't die on us now.
Help me.
Shit. Help me.
They killed one of our heroes.
No.
Help me.
Come on. Don't die on us now.
Oh yeah. So it's like a mixture. It's like a mixture of everybody. You got orcs, you got elves, you got humans. Yo, this is great.
Sure.
This is great. I'm happy I got all those allies. Alrighty. Wait, what's that question mark? What's that? What's that over there? Oh, that's another thing. Okay. So we'll go over here.
Will do.
Wherever that question mark is, that's where we will go. Oh. Okay, it's right here. No. I'm assuming it's in this area. Yeah, how do I get over there? What the heck? It is over here.
Guides me.
wherever that is.
Finally.
What do you want?
Damn it!
Yes?
What is it?
All right. So yeah, I don't know how to get there. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know which path to take. So I move my cursor over the question mark, and then I click on it, or I press on it, and then hopefully the army will know where exactly to go. I'm assuming it's over here, all the way up to like this area here. That's what I'm assuming.
Here we go.
It works. All right, let's keep moving up.
Get ready.
Leave it to me. Pathetic.
Right, but that's nothing.
I guess over here.
That way?
Oh god. All right.
You read my mind.
Child's play.
That. I change my lighting here. That it? Alright, made quick work of them. Excellent.
Sure.
Oh.
Sounds like a plan.
There it is. Take
Ah.
it down.
Shit.
Oh, I love that. That free spell, can't get enough.
If your life depends
That
on it.
Godstone. Whoa! Beat the Deathman.
Blazes. This is Commander Katras from Aenir's Deathmen.
Fighting for the purity now.
One reason not to kill you.
I guess Lacane and his fanatics took down my camp and gave me a choice. Repent and accept the light, or have some stern-faced priest ram a bloody pike up me arse. So, unless you have some odd fantasies that I don't want to know about, don't tell me you wouldn't have done the same.
A loyal man wouldn't have.
A loyal man wouldn't have.
Well, good thing I never swore loyalty to you or the Empire, isn't it? Don't kid yourself, Tahar. You would have done the exact same thing. Pretend all you like. In the end, we're all selfish pieces of shit. And the only difference between me and you is that I'm honest about it.
Any last words?
I hate to disappoint, but we're not quite there yet, friend. Goodbye, Tahar. Too bad we couldn't be on the same side this time.
What the?
Teleport rune. Wise choice.
Let's get back to Angar. Now would you look at that?
1,000 gold, baby!
We drove them back. Their commander escaped, though. He had a teleport rune.
Hard luck, I suppose. Well, you secured the entrance, that's what matters. What about the rest of the city? Are we safe?
Not yet. Hold your position for now. We'll meet at the Nexus once all this is over.
Understood. Tiara's blessings, Tahar.
Excellent.
There's still 2 entrances we haven't covered yet. Let's hope it's not too late.
Tahar, you? Tahar, hello.
What's the situation? I don't see any Purity men around here.
Not Purity, but someone else. According to the scout, they're gathering their forces down that valley. And I have a feeling they're waiting for reinforcements.
Who are we dealing with?
If it's not the Purity, then who are we dealing with? Another one of the royal houses?
I don't think so. To me, they looked like bandits, but they are fighting under Aenir's banner. And the man one of our archers took down had the Purity symbol tattooed right onto his forehead.
Sounds a lot like the Bane to me. The ones who massacred that Northander outpost in Leafshade.
Yes, that fits.
Alright, so what's the plan?
Damn it. What's the plan then?
Well, now that you're here, I say you move out and neutralize them. We will hold our position and cover your backs.
Simple enough. All right then. Move out.
Do it.
What is it?
I love it. Love it. Love it.
That way? Not bad, Tahar. Not bad.
Why are you doing this? Throwing your lives away for some deluded madmen.
Deluded? You're confusing something, Tahar. The Harbinger is pure. We're pure. You. People like you are who are making this necessary. It wasn't always like that, you know. A long time ago, this world was a world of peace. But then man gave in to temptation. They were weak, and they chose sin over virtue, sin over purity. And now look where we stand. Our history is a testament to our corruption. Wars, rape, hunger, illness. They are Aenir's punishment for defying him. But that era has come to an end. We will make the world pure again and make it worthy of Aenir's return.
What the heck? You've lost your mind!
You're fanatics. You've completely lost your mind.
On the contrary, we found it. But you're beyond repentance, so let's save ourselves the breath and end this already.
What the?
Go after me and lose your city and your friend, or save them and let me go. Your choice.
She got away.
No time to go after her. We need to secure the entrance.
Whoa, there's a lot of them. All right, Gore. Time for the war bear.
Whatever necessary.
God, I love facing human enemies. They're great. They're great. Alrighty.
A trap. I should have seen that.
Their leader got away.
I feared as much, but it won't be the last time we see her. We secured the entrance, that is what matters. What about the rest of the city? They attacked from all sides at once.
Yes, I know. We'll take care of it. Just hold your positions for now. Once all this is over, we'll meet at the Nexus.
Understood. Be safe, Tahar.
I'll do my best.
Alright, let's talk to...
Just one more entrance to go.
We should
talk
hurry.
to Iskrim.
Fine.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Stay where you are. These things aren't just here for bugger and blast. You just had to find out for yourself, didn't you?
Alright.
Now would you look at that?
What the... Tahar? Is that you?
I'll explain later. What's the situation? What are those things?
My newest invention. Or, to be more precise, my newly recovered Shaper technology. I call them, Death Towers.
Death Towers?
Yeah. While you were asleep, I did some more research on how the Shapers used the Nexus to defend their city. This is the result, though they won't hold forever. And my gut tells me the Utrans are up to something, because I haven't seen Lady Moira yet.
So it's true? House Utran is fighting for the purity?
Yeah, and quite viciously so. In other words, your awakening couldn't be more timely.
What do you suggest?
Well, as you know, I'm not the best at tacticians, but from what I saw, the attacks are currently coordinated by 2 Utran commanders. If we stay here and make sure no one gets through, you could take out those commanders in the meantime.
Got it. I'll come back when it's done.
Good. Me help guide your blade, friend.
Let's go! Can I take them with me too? No, I can't. Alright. Take whatever I got.
Uh-huh.
That was the last one. Let's head back to Iskrim.
Tahar, did you deal with those commanders yet?
Yes. What the?
Finally!
Lady Utran, what's the meaning of...
Uh-oh. We're not supposed to kill her, right? We're not supposed to kill her? Okay, that was easy, but...
Alright. One more step and I'll slit my throat.
Oh, she's possessed! Why?
I don't understand. Why did you betray the crown? Explain yourself.
Explain yourself? Oh, Tahar, you must understand the situation. You're not in a position to give orders. So here's what's gonna happen. You will let me walk away unharmed. You can have my soldiers, I don't care. But if you make only one wrong move, I will end this by slitting my throat.
What happened to you?
I don't get it. What in blazes happened to you?
Who knows?
You're bluffing.
You're bluffing.
Try me.
Alright, whatever.
Fine. Get out of here.
A man of reason. One more thing, though, before I leave.
What?
You will repent. All of you.
Neil's hammer. What? I mean, what was that? That is... Wait, I have a theory.
About what happened to Myra?
Yeah, but let's talk about that later. I think this entrance should be safe for now. The Death Towers will make sure of that.
Good work. That'll help us. We need to discuss things at the Nexus.
Of course. Thank you again, Tahar. I'm glad you're back.
She's possessed!
She was possessed.
Yes!
This doesn't make any sense.
I'm afraid it does. But again, I have a theory. The rune. while you were asleep, I tinkered with it a little.
You think the rune has something to do with this?
A rune. But it's probably best if I show you. Follow me, Tahar.
I'm coming too.
All right, let's see. Turn around.
Tiara's breath.
What? It can control people?
So, you get the idea.
Mind control.
Mind control.
There are still some critical problems with it, and what I've done is far from what the Harbinger did with Lady Moira. But Tahar, this rune, it has so much potential. If you thought what it does with the Godstones was fascinating, it's just the beginning. The Shapers, the Gazarlanthep, they knew their full potential. And this is the reason they were so powerful. Do you see it now? They...
Have you lost your bloody mind? Stop that! Whatever it is, stop it now!
What?
Stop it for fuck's sake!
Fine. You're free. Go and take a nap.
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
You actually possess these men. Yeah, that's impressive.
So you actually possessed those men?
No, I mean, yeah, the rune did. Look, Tahar, I know that I was maybe a bit too enthusiastic here, but can't you see the potential? Those soldiers, they do anything you command them to, without batting an eyelid.
Dude, man, this is wrong, yeah.
Iskrin, this is wrong. Completely, utterly wrong.
All right, just cool your head, will you? I know my way of handling things might not have been optimal, but hey, at least now we know what we're up against. Could at least give me that much credit.
Just never do something like this again.
You break the spell, are they free now? Like, truly free?
They still look hypnotized. Are they free now?
Yeah. It may take a while to recover, but tomorrow they won't remember anything. So it's not that bad. Who knows? Maybe they would have died in the fight if they hadn't been under my control.
Alright, so the Harbinger controls Lady Moira.
And you think that the Harbinger controls Lady Moira, right?
Yes. And in an extraordinarily powerful way, if I may say so.
Huh. In other words, we need to find a way to break that possession. Right now, House Utran is under the Harbinger's control.
Madness. This is madness.
Right.
Whatever it is.
That makes sense.
Let's tend to the wounded first. We'll discuss everything else in the Nexus.
Yes. Let's do that.
So many casualties. I just don't understand. We just ended one war. Now the Harbinger starts another.
Human nature, Tahar. People need an enemy. Peace is always fleeting.
Do you really think so?
I do.